Big action in the tropics as the system continues to grow. I'll pinpoint what you can expect, plus all the hour-by-hour storm threats for tomorrow.
Plus, downed trees, damaged roofs. See where today's storms hit the hardest. Then where a local man opened fire on a drone. And the lawsuit that could allow some football fans to cash in at 11. Around an hour ago, we learned that severe storms racing through central Florida today stirred up a tornado. It was brief, but it did do some damage. National Weather Service says an EF0 tornado touched down in a part of Brevard County. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Let's get you right over to Chief Meteorologist Tom Souls for a look back at exactly where and when this happened. Tom.
This all went down earlier tonight at about 6 o'clock, Ginger. We backed the radar up to 6 p.m. This is what it was looking like. We're in the polygon here for a severe thunderstorm warning, but we did not ever get a tornado warning out of this. You take a look, I've got everything turned on, all the warnings, all the skip markers, everything. All we were getting was heavy rain, some small hailstones, and a bunch of lightning strikes ongoing. Right here around the Ogali area, between radar sweeps, we came up with an EF0 tornado. All of this stuff was rolling in from the west. It hit the East Coast sea breeze, and we had almost an instantaneous, quick tornado occurred. It was an EF0, sometimes referred to as a gale tornado. It did happen. It was on the ground for about 3 minutes and went about a quarter of a mile. Let's go live with the radar right now. Everything has changed. All this is pushed away from us, and the rest of your overnight will be quiet. I'll be back in a few minutes to pinpoint the rain pattern for tomorrow, the heat, and all the bubbling in the tropics.
All right, Tom, thank you. And we want to go live to News 6's Troy Campbell.
Yeah, Troy is in the hardest hit neighborhood tonight. Troy, what are you seeing?
Well, this is that area right off of Sardino Road where it is confirmed that EF0 did hit. We have watched, we have seen roofs off of homes. We've seen carports collapse, trees in the roadway. Right now, electricity is out in this area as crews are working, and there's even a crane right now attempting to pick up some of the damage. How would you kind of describe what's going on here tonight? What, you got the power crews out here, you got the law enforcement?
Well, the law enforcement power crews have been excellent. They were on scene right away, assessing the damage. Power has been cut off. Everybody's lost power, which is good because a lot of these houses have exterior lines. So when the poles have snapped, you have lines that are hanging down, which you can see there's a lot of children around. So
describe the most severe damage that you saw.
Most severe damage was a house directly down the street over here, where the back of their house, a carport, crashed through their sliding glass window. It crashed through, and the carport was from a house 3 houses over there.
Describe more about what you saw walking around.
Yeah, so especially back here, this back right corner, the roof is completely gone off this one house. The carport on the other house, you can almost see over there too, is basically, it might like collapse. Kind of looks like it's, not looking too good. So,
and describe the intensity of the storm.
It happened quick. I mean, I would say in like 2 or 3 minutes. I was honestly in the bathroom and I came out and the windows were, my girlfriend was at the window. And just my mailbox got blown to the ground. Trash can's gone. I have no idea where my trash can is.
And there's still plenty of debris still in this area. It's unclear how long crews will be out here because they're also restoring the electricity. They have the electricity shut off in this whole area. There's a lot of down lines. As you heard, there was that concern. And again, best news of all, we have been told that there are no injuries. Live in Melbourne tonight, Troy Campbell, getting results News 6.
That's the news we like to hear, Troy. Thank you.
And remember, you can pinpoint the weather where you live with our free Pinpoint Weather app. Search WKMG in your app store.
Well, minutes ago, the first presidential debate of the 2024 election cycle wrapped up in Georgia.
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump squared off against one another. It was the first debate for both of them since 2020. So how'd they do? News 6's Treasure Roberts is in studio now, walking us through some of the key moments of this debate. Treasure.
Ginger, Matt, this is the first time a former president and current president have gone up against each other in a debate, and this debate had new rules. There was no live audience, and the candidates' mics were muted after their allotted time to speak ended. Both Biden and Trump have agreed to one more debate, which will be hosted by ABC News on September 10th. Ginger.
Treasure, thank you. The debate comes hours after the Supreme Court ruled hospitals in Idaho can provide emergency abortions for now. The case focused on a battle between the state's near total ban and federal law, which requires hospitals that accept Medicare to provide treatment, including abortion care, to a woman whose health is at serious risk. The court's ruling is expected to impact more than a dozen states that have adopted near total bans on abortion. Florida is not one of them.
It also is a very strong signal to lawmakers and also those who are not lawmakers but are working in administrative government that they should stand down.
This is the first time the Supreme Court considered the impact of state restrictions on abortion since overturning the federal right to an abortion 2 years ago. The case could return to the Supreme Court down the road. Meantime, in the coming days, the justices will rule on whether cities can punish people for things like sleeping in public. Now, the case the Supreme Court is considering comes from a rural Oregon town that started fining people $295 for sleeping outside. Now, keep in mind, earlier this year, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law making it illegal for people to camp out on streets, sidewalks, and parks, something critics say targets people experiencing homelessness. That law goes into effect in October.
Well, drones delivering Walmart orders in part of Lake County not sitting well with some neighbors. Tonight, a guy is facing charges for shooting at one. 72-year-old Dennis Wynn's facing second and third degree felonies for this. According to an arrest report, Wynn told a deputy the drone flew over his house and he shot at it with his 9mm handgun. This happened yesterday in a neighborhood near Lake Louisa in Claremont. The drone operators gave the same story. After inspecting it, they found a gunshot that did around $2,500 in damage. Wynn paid his $1,300 bond, got out of jail. He's due in court next month. By the way, were you as surprised as our newsroom about hearing Walmart using drones for their delivery efforts?
I had no idea.
I had no idea that that was in our area either, so we did some digging. Found out the service is available at almost a dozen stores across Florida. The stores in our area, though, are both in Claremont. One is on Johns Lake Road, the other is on Highway 27. So you learn something new every day.
Now, yeah, now I want to use it.
Yeah, but I don't want to shoot at it. That's not a good idea.
Please don't.
Yeah. So listen to this. The NFL might actually owe you some money.
Yeah, a federal judge just issued a massive judgment against the league. Later in the show, we'll tell you why it was just ordered to pay more than $4 billion, wrapping up a nearly 10-year-old case. Plus,
I think that everyone that should come out and support and you know, and make sure that we do get the museum here first before St. Augustine.
By this time tomorrow, the location for a Florida Museum of Black History should be official. A closer look at the last chance effort to bring it here to Central Florida. You're watching News 6 at 11. Live on a Thursday night, we're getting results for Thornton Park, Mineola, and all of Central Florida.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Rubenstein Law. Get the latest news, weather, entertainment, sports, and more from the News 6 Plus streaming app. Download today.
At News 6, you can see the commitment to breaking news. This entire team is mobilized in the newsroom and in the streets. We don't stop until everything you need to know has been uncovered. Our choppers in the sky, reporters are on the streets, and news teams are where they need to be. We're taking you places no one else can go, so you can really see what's happening. We do this for you. Breaking news on News 6.
Live with Matt Austin, Ginger Gadsden, weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells, sports with Sports Director Jamie Say, and special reports from the investigators. You're watching WKMG, getting results at 11 p.m.
it is all hands on deck in Eatonville as advocates launch a last chance effort to bring a Black History Museum to Central Florida.
About a month ago, a task force voted to make St. Augustine the #1 choice for that museum, but all hope may not be lost. We'll have to see. News 6's Laverne McGee tells us why Eatonville might still have a shot.
Eatonville city leaders say public participation during this meeting would be huge. Now, you can go to Tallahassee for the meeting in person, or you can join the webinar from your phone or computer. And we have instructions on how to do that in this story on clickorlando.com, and we've made it real easy for you to find by putting it right there on the homepage.
Well, we had some funky stuff blow through tonight, even an EF0 tornado touchdown for a moment or two. Chief meteorologist Tom Sorrells joining us now. Everything's cleared out?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, take a look. Radar looks so much better now. They're saying, Matt, that EF0 was on the ground for maybe 3 minutes. So
wow.
it did quite a bit of damage, as Troy was showing you earlier. All the scattered showers we had earlier are long since gone. I mean, everything's moved out in the open water. Lightning has even stopped as far south as Port St. Lucie. They got it a lot later than we did. But still, for now, things have stabilized. We're going to have a good overnight run, and everything goes back to, rinse and repeat for tomorrow. Come take a look at the tropics. This particular wave over here is bound for the Yucatan into the Gulf, Bay of Campeche, Old Mexico, with a 30% chance of developing in the next week. No worries for anyone in the US of A. This looks like it's going to be a hurricane well east of the Caribbean. Should be approaching the Lesser Antilles by the weekend. Hurricane Center is giving a 70% shot in the next 48 hours and a 90% chance of developing in the next week. Watch the GFS. This just came out a few hours ago. This is what it looks like by Sunday. That to me looks like a hurricane already. So by the weekend, we should have a hurricane churning out there in the open waters of the Atlantic, crossing the Lesser Antilles by Monday and all the way through the Caribbean by Tuesday into Wednesday. Latest model runs have trended a little farther south, and so the GFS now has this thing threatening to come all the way toward the Yucatan again. This time of year, they do trend to go farther west, all the way through August. But it's really weird. The ocean is super hot, and all of a sudden we have one wave after another coming across the Atlantic. We'll wait and see what gives. Okay, Light Orlando delivering Hope Cam. Daytime high today hit 93 degrees. 2 degrees above the norm. Currently in Orlando, the temperature 79, looks great. The port, still not reporting back in this hour. In Daytona Beach at news time, we are at 79 degrees. Wind is from the south-southwest at 3. All right, here's the setup for the next 24 to 48 hours. The big ridge of high pressure, still the most dominant feature on the map. So we'll wait tomorrow for the colliding sea breezes. Rain chances tomorrow vary all over the place, but about 60% up and down the I-4 corridor. Here's how it happens. Tonight, things calm down, no big deal. Through the day tomorrow, though, there's your early jump of that west coast sea breeze, then boom! By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, there's the big rain. From Daytona Beach all the way down to Brevard County again. Looks remarkably similar to what we went through today. It wraps up early. Then on Saturday, more of the same. Real quick, here it comes. Kaboom. You know what's coming next? Big showers into the early part of the evening on your Saturday. Lows tonight in the 70s. The overnight low in Orlando is 78. Here is tomorrow.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency? You ought to call Strata.
60% chance of rain in Orlando tomorrow. The daytime high right back up into the 90s. 94 on Saturday, Sunday 94, Monday 95, and the rain chances are 60% until a 40% chance on the 4th. Sleep tight, neighbors. I will see you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Tom. Thank you. As many of you know, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is retiring.
Yeah, some of us are in a bit of denial about it, though. But after 24 years on air here at the powerful KMG, as he likes to call it, we know a lot of you have memories of Tom, and you can share them with us by emailing us at memories@WKMG.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. Pick 2, 29. Pick 3, 504. Pick 4, 7788. Pick 5, 97929. And the fireball is 1. And Fantasy 5, 1, 7, 14, 11, and 20.
Cash for Life is 4, 15, 17, 34, 35, and the cash ball is 4. Good luck.
Still ahead on News 6 at 11, the NFL ordered to pay billions.
That's right, a closer look at the class action lawsuit that could allow some football fans to cash in.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage Plans.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to celebrate the 4th of July.
With fireworks at the fountain celebrating a city of heroes at Lake Eola Park.
Join News 6 in the city of Orlando for a fun-filled day.
Live on News 6 at 8 p.m. or stream it on News 6 Plus or clickorlando.com.
New at 11, the NFL might owe you some money.
So the league took a pretty big hit today. A federal judge ordered it to pay more than $4 billion in damages in connection to a class action lawsuit. This all centers around its Sunday ticket television package, where subscribers can buy access to games. The antitrust case was filed in 2015. The plaintiffs argued the league restricted competition and sold the out-of-market sports package at an inflated price. The NFL says it would appeal the ruling. Get this, the decision wasn't even as big as it could have been. The plaintiffs wanted $7 billion, but $4 billion still more than most of the teams in the NFL are worth individually.
I just wonder how many plaintiffs there were, because there's so many customers of the Sunday ticket. I used to be a subscriber, but I had to drop it because it got too expensive last year.
Well, maybe you'll get some cash back.
Yeah. Maybe.
Sports director Jamie Say is here now.
Jamie, the Magic's new addition will be in town soon.
Yeah, their draft pick, Tristan da Silva, is going to be introduced here in Orlando tomorrow. We're going to be there. More on the NBA draft is coming up, but the big story is a big letdown from Team USA at the Copa America Soccer Tournament tonight. That's next. Plus, we'll have our Sonic Prep Player of the Week.
The Prep Player of the Week is sponsored by Sonic. Sonic.
So a bit of a shocker in soccer, huh?
A shocker in soccer is the word for it, definitely. It is tournament time for the U.S. men's soccer team. The team opened up in the Copa America tonight with a chaotic match and a really surprising result against Panama. Definitely
No pressure.
No pressure.
James passes to James.
My goodness, that's crazy.
Cool.
All right, so we do want to take a moment tonight to recognize a guy who has been a major piece of our 11 o'clock newscast for 30 years. Now, he's been here at WKMG for 39.
All right, you've never seen him on air? We decided to fix that tonight. Take a look at Ed Toy in the back. He is our 11 o'clock director. He retires tonight. Tonight's 11 o'clock show is his very last. Without Ed, we could not get this show on the air. Ed calls himself the man with the worst luck in broadcasting, but we are all very lucky to get to work with him. Huge thank you to Ed tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. We love you. And Alfred Mason, one of our talented photographers who often works with Troy and Treasure on their stories. So if you ever see their stories and love them, he's behind that. He is also celebrating his retirement. He doesn't say a whole lot, but his work speaks for him. 23 years he's been here.
Yeah, you always feel good when you're shooting with Mason. Big, strong guy. We also want to mention our Nightside Live Shots operator, Tommy Bradford, who's also retiring. Been at the station 41 years, if you can believe it. So huge thank you to those guys. We're also going to be saying goodbye to that guy right there tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Look around.
Yeah. Watch us at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. My wife is going to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't wait to talk to her.
I don't know if I can take any more of these goodbyes.
I know. It's going to be great. Goodbye. It's
celebratory.
Yeah, hey, thank you so much for watching the news tonight. We appreciate you.
Yeah. We'll see you on Friday.